Hey guys, hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Vincent and I'm still trying to break the record of most films seen in a cinema in 1 year. And today marks the end of week 19, day 133, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm now at 283 films seen in theaters. And my eyes are starting seriously to hurt. I haven't had a headache in a while, so that's a good thing. But even though I'm in the last row, I feel my eyes just being exhausted and tired. Now, this week has been interesting for several reasons. The first being that I saw good films, exciting films. Baby Driver, which is a film that I've been looking forward to for a very long while. I love Edgar Wright's movies, all of them, all of the ones that I've seen at least. And the other one is that when you go always to the same cinemas and meet the same employees and workers and people there, just things happen sometime. Like for instance, for this record, what the Guinness Book asked me to they gave me a guideline of pieces of evidence I have to submit at the end of my attempt, and one of those is to film myself going into the theaters and coming out of it for each film. And when I come out, I have to give an opinion on it to prove that I've seen it. And so since I go mostly to a big cinema chain called Gaumont Pâté, which has cinemas all over the country, of course you're not allowed to film in those cinemas, but I was lucky enough to get an authorization signed by the president of this organization to allow me to film inside the facilities without filming people, because I'm not allowed to film faces against their will, and it's impossible to ask permission for everyone. So I just don't. Anyway, so for this film, the Spanish film, actually Catalan film, because it takes place near Barcelona, a film called Estiu 93, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Estiu 93 by Carla Simón Pipo, which won the prize of Best First Film, I think, at the Berlin Film Festival, and was okay, a bit slow, but interesting subject. The story of a little girl, 6 or 7 years old, who loses both her parents and has to leave Barcelona to live with her aunt and uncle somewhere way outside on the land. And so I filmed myself getting my tickets, going into the theater, and before I got into the theater, I come across a couple of people, and one of those stops me and says, "You're not allowed to film here." And I didn't know that person. I hadn't seen it before, although usually I know the people that work there. And so I went on my high horse and be like, yeah, I'm allowed to film here. I have an authorization by the company itself. So yeah, no, I don't care. You're not allowed to film here. Yeah, but dude, I have a paper signed by the president telling me that I am allowed to film here. No, I don't care. I'm employed by Disney, and I'm saying that you're not allowed to film here. It's a private screening. And there was the rub. Private screening. I was going into the wrong theater. So I apologized because I was wrong, and I admitted it. I said, sorry, I went on my high horse here. Have a nice evening. And then I went into my right theater that was next door. Anyway, so that happened. But let's talk about a film. I saw great films, but the one I'm going to talk about today is Baby Driver. Like I said, very excited to see this, and very excited that it did well, or it's doing well at the box office. On a budget of $34 million, it made, it's at about 120 million worldwide. It's going to grow. That's always nice to see that the film that you appreciate is doing well at the box office. The director did very good films that have been beloved. Not necessarily they didn't do particularly well. You have Shaun of the Dead. The French accent came back there. Hot Fuzz, The World's End, and of course Scott Pilgrim Against the World. And now Baby Driver, great film. Why? Because you have great actors, because you have Kevin Spacey, you have Jamie Foxx, you have the main character that I don't remember, who's in Fault in Our Stars and in the Divergent series, you have Lily James. And it's just that this director, who's also the writer of the film, has always very entertaining films, stories, and characters. It's a very entertaining film because It's fun, you know. The main character is a getaway driver who's about 20 and has to listen to music all the time because he has tinnitus, meaning that he has always a sound noise in his ears. And the thing is that he listens always to great music from the 80s, 90s. Honestly, I didn't know many of the songs, but they were engaging, and this helped for the scenes. And even though Drive is one of my favorite films of all time with Ryan Gosling, the thing that I missed was that at the beginning you had this car chase, but then you didn't have any of those anymore except for one moment later on. But in this film you have several, and there's a lot of action, and the characters are very original. And so it's just an engaging film. If you want to have a great time at the theaters, go watch Baby Driver. That I highly recommend, and Rotten Tomatoes as well. It's at 94% right now, so go check it out. Anyway, that's it for today. Things are going well. I'm exhausted. My eyes are feeling tired and getting red. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I've done I have done more than half of what I'm supposed to do. Salut.